Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to Yoga with Lisa SXM. So this week we are approaching the vernal equinox, the spring equinox. It's a time of balance, of light and dark. So we'll spend a little time today thinking about the equinox and the earth and honoring the earth, its cycles, and its loving energy that it provides for all of its life forms, including you and me. Thank you. Hey, I see my friend Kevin is joining us with lots of loving hearts. Thank you, Kevin. And we're just going to join today with our regular stretch and breathe yoga, but with a little extra attention on earth energy and bringing it into the body through the root chakra and the deepest parts. Thank you, Audrey. Deepest parts of your body, of your torso. Bring that energy up into the body. So we'll start today seated with a good connection to the earth through the hip bones. So if you want to pull the flesh away a little bit to feel that connection through the hips, pelvis points, down into the earth, and use that energy pushing down to be the source of your lifting. Lift through the spine, through the top of the head. Let your shoulders relax. Arms can rest on your legs, perhaps, and just go ahead and take some deep breaths in. You can close your eyes. Allow the top of the head to rise with an inhalation. Allow your shoulders to sink down with an exhalation. Loosen up that through the lowest part of your belly. Allow yourself to be soft. In the sea of chi, in the base of your hips, your sacral chakra. Allow movement through the base of your belly. Feel the ocean of your inner sea of chi moving with the tides. Breathe in and out. And then let's slow it down and find stillness. Drop your chin. Allow the back of the neck to relax. Keeping the shoulders over the hips and the back is mostly straight. Allow the head to be heavy and just let it hang down in front of your chest. Really feel from the base of your skull the connection with tendons and muscles and blood vessels and nerves all the way down into the back, between the shoulder blades. Allow that connection to really be felt and increase your awareness. Beautiful. Let's move the chin left and right along the collarbone at a very, very slow and extremely aware range of movement. Connected to your breath, breathing in and out. Whatever speed you're going now, let's slow it down by half. Slow it down. Breathe deep. And breathing in and out, let's take that chin all the way to the right shoulder and lift the face up over that right shoulder. Remember, as you're going through today's exercises, that anything that feels awkward or out of step with what I'm suggesting, you certainly should listen to your own inner wisdom, your own sacred teacher that is always there waiting for you to listen closely and listen with love. So don't push past any limits that you feel. Don't overstretch. Don't compare yourself to me or anybody else that you know. Maybe somebody that's a super yogi, that's super flexible and strong. Just be happy with yourself right now, here, in this moment. And again, we're moving the head over the right shoulder. Whatever your full range of motion is there, accept it with love. And let's begin to make a small circle with the nose in the air over the top to the back. So if you're in your right shoulder, you should be moving your nose in a clockwise circle. And just as small as maybe a coin, whatever coin comes to your mind. Keep it small at first, and if you feel the urge to spiral out and make it a bigger circle, you can do that. But again, don't be gentle with your neck. Don't push past your limits. If you feel any sensitivity starting to speak to you, You don't have to make a circle. You can make an oval or a bean shape. You can go around those places that speak to you and feel like maybe that's just not a good place for your neck to go. You're certainly welcome to listen and modify as you need. Breathe in, I do. Breathe in and out as you go round and around. Beautiful. Hold in your mind that idea of the earth circling the sun. Honor the earth in your movements today, especially anything that's semicircular, breathing in and out. Maybe sigh with an open mouth. Beautiful. Come back to the center of your circle and drop your chin. Let's gaze towards the armpit and really feel the stretch on the oblique side, the opposite side of the neck from behind your ear coming down towards your shoulder. Drop the chin more and more. Let the head hang in front. And exhale. Inhale. Let's begin to move the chin along the collarbone left and right again, just like we did before. Extra slow, breathing in and out. You know what? I forgot to start my music, so you're going to have to listen to my speaker talk to me here for a minute. I apologize.
Bluetooth.
Yeah, we know. And now we get music. Here we go. Back and forth we go. Let's come over to the left shoulder now. Lift the chin. And again, don't overstretch. If your chin won't go over your shoulder like mine doesn't, it's okay. Just take it to that full range and stay there with happiness. Breathing in and out. And then begin to make a circle over your left shoulder with the nose, drawing a circle over the top to the back. So left shoulder means counterclockwise or anti-clockwise. Take an in breath at the top and an out breath at the bottom. Visualize the earth rotating on its axis, spiraling around in perfect balance and harmony. We're going to honor the three motions of the earth today as we approach the earth's spring equinox, vernal equinox, the day of balancing energies, darkness and light. Spiral out bigger if you feel the urge. Still connecting breath to movement. And let's come back to the center of the circle. Drop the chin, gazing towards your armpit. Feel that oblique stretch on the opposite side. And then drop the chin down, down, down. And let's round the back now. Let the head fall down, lower on the chest. Really release everything in the shoulders, neck, and back. Soften the belly. Sitting back on your hips just a little bit, rounding the back. The spine takes on the shape of a letter C. And let's reawaken that sea of chi in our lower belly, moving the body back and forth. Think about the tides, the ocean moving in accordance with the moon's gravity, the earth's momentum. Our inner ocean is alive, connected to the outer ocean of the earth. Breathe in and out as you move left and right, balancing weight on your right hip and then your left hip, and slowly bringing it back to a vertical spine. And let your head just drop towards the shoulder one way and then the other. Good morning, Jane. So we're just dropping the head, ear down to the shoulder with a swaying body. Feel that undulation through the spine, starting at the lowest part of the spine and working its way up through the thorax, through the chest, up into the neck. Loose, free, honoring balance, peacefulness, contentment. Thank you for that. I feel that lovely, beautiful, balanced energy coming to me from all of my good friends there that I see coming with us. Let's bring our hands to prayer pose. And for right now, honor whomever you feel gratified and grateful. Any person, any spirit, someone who's asking for a little healing energy. Beautiful. Hold them in your heart. And we open the hands up towards the heavens and lift it up, breathing in. Raise it up. Open the hands out. Look up towards the ceiling. Imagine the sky above your ceiling, the beautiful blue sky, the beautiful clouds, sunlight glistening on the cloud tops. Breathe in and sway. Bring that swaying from your root chakra up to the sacral, up to the solar plexus, up to the heart, up to the throat, up to your third eye, the middle of your forehead, and all the way to your crown chakra, connecting with the heavens. And take a moment to just ask all the enlightenment and peace of the heavens to pour in through your crown chakra and all the way down to your root chakra, like a waterfall filling you up. Namaste. Thank you very much. Let's stretch the legs out and give a nice stretch to the back of the knees. Stretch your legs out and flex your ankles. Again, connect down into the earth through your hip points and flex those ankles. Enliven the back of the knees and lift up through the spine. Reach the arms straight up. Reach, reach, reach up. Breathe in as much air as you can. Expand your rib cage outward in all directions and wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Breathe in. Awesome. Bring the hands back down to the hips, and we're just going to walk the hands along the tops of the legs towards the ankles. Allow your feet to open outward, reaching for the sole of your feet, the arch of your feet with your fingertips, and just round the back and drop the head. Relax through the spine. Caterpillar pose, soft, balanced, heavy, connected to the earth. I'm so grateful. Let's do 5 breaths here in the caterpillar pose, and every time you exhale, try to let go more, sink down deeper, rounding the back, letting the head be the motivation or the momentum of your slow, deep relaxation and collapse. The head is heavy. It pulls the body down. 5 breaths. Here we go. 1. Exhaling slowly, we sink. 2. Breathing in. Exhale slowly down. We sink even more. Keep it going. 3 more breaths. Last breath, breathing in and out, release everything. And when you're ready, push against your legs, walking your hands back up, bring the body back up. Let's revisit that enlivened, reaching upward position. Ankles flexed, backs of the knees open to the earth, receiving energy into the body through the backs of the knees and in the base of the torso, reaching up to the heavens. Reach up, breathe in, wiggle the fingers and toes. Big breath in, expand your rib cage, and sigh. Bring the arms out to the side. Turn the palms up, breathe in, lift. Touch the hands together over your head and bring it down to your heart. Exhale. Beautiful. Let's reach the right hand towards the right foot. You can bend the knee if you need to. You're going to try and bring your peace fingers to reach around the big toe and bring that heel up into the air. Bring it back, as far back as it'll go, all the way back. And then reach it forward, as far forward as it'll go. Reach it forward. You should feel a nice stretch in your shoulder blade. Back we go, strong arm, pull it back, flexing that hip. Push it forward, inhale. Bring it back, exhale. 2 more times. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Let's bring this little toe edge of the foot into the elbow of the opposite arm and hold that leg in your arms like a baby. Rock the baby. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Releasing anything that you're feeling like tension, stress, worry, anxiety. Let it go with an exhalation. This is a very nurturing pose. Even if you've never held a baby in your arms, you know how to hold a baby. You know how to rock a baby. So some of us have this muscle memory from being moms or aunts or big sisters or big brothers or uncles or fathers. And some of us have never done it. And it's a really good exercise to do either way. Nurture yourself as you do this and breathe deeper. Awesome. Let's extend that foot out, grab the big toe with the 2 fingers and place it down. Let's try the other leg, reaching for the big toe of the left foot with your peace sign of your left hand. Wrap the fingers around the big toe and bring that leg back, as far back as it'll go, the heel coming back towards the rib cage, the knee going back behind your armpit perhaps. Push it forward, all the way, reaching, feel that stretch in your shoulder. Bring it back and forward and back and forward and back and forward. Breathe a little bit here, breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. Last time, breathe in and bring it back. Let's bring the little toe edge into the crook of the elbow and hold that leg in your arms. Rock the baby back and forth. Bring nurturing energy to yourself as you rock back and forth. Beautiful, warm, happy energy. Awesome. Yes. Ready to let the leg out. We grab the big toe again and extend it forward. Arms out to the side, breathing in. Palms are up. Scoop up all that energy above your head. Bring it up and bring it to your heart in a prayer pose, down into the heart and bow the head. Bring it back up, reach up, breathe in. And paint your aura around your body all the way down to the earth. Let's do that again. Bring that aura energy up and around the body. Breathe in any color that you want, right? Down to the heart. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Awesome. Time to scoot down. Bring the knees up. Extend those, bend the knees and bring the heels close to the hips. And extend your arms out from your shoulders. Palms are up. Fingers curl, just naturally relaxed in the hands. And make sure you feel nice and heavy on the floor in your lower back and hips, also in your shoulders and upper back. Notice that your mid to lower back area, right at your waist, is arched up off the floor. Just a little curve in the spine there. That's your natural curve. Let's see if we can tilt the pelvis and push that down into the floor nice and hard. We do this all the time, so if you're with me all the time, you already know the drill. Let's push it into the floor. The lower back flat against the floor. Try to keep any tension that's building in the lower belly out of your chest and shoulders and arms. Keep breathing. Squeeze that belly in. Push it down against the floor. Strengthen the lower abs. Push those internal organs back in where they belong. Squeeze them in. Keep breathing. If you feel a little trembling, try not to think that that's a bad thing. That's a good thing. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Keep pushing down. Awesome. And now we release, relax, and both knees drop to the left. Release and relax your right hip. If you feel uncomfortable with the position of your knees, just wiggle your toes and bring the heels a little farther away from the hips, until you find that sweet spot where you can really relax and feel the lower back let go. Sometimes you may feel almost like a xylophone effect going up the spine just from releasing here. Realignment. And a clearing of any toxins that are stored. When things aren't quite in alignment, aren't quite relaxed in that lower back, it happens a lot. Which is why we do yoga, to release and relax and realign and find our inner doctor that gives us the best medical advice of all, which is to breathe and be in the moment and feel the gratitude of each breath. All right, let's bring those knees up and over to the other side. Again, we're going to release and relax. Feel heavy through the left hip. The upper hip, whichever one is off the ground right now. Just try and let it go and release it down. Up. Bring them to the chest now, one hand to each knee. Squeeze it in a few times. And out. Be sure you're breathing a lot as you move your knees in and out, squeezing into the chest and releasing out. Breathing in and out. One more time. Big breath in. Squeeze the knees in and let any air squeeze out through loose lips. Let's rock a little bit left and right. Bring your arms and your legs straight up into the air and circle your ankles, circle your wrists. As we circle, we allow ourselves to visualize our beautiful solar system as we approach the equinox this weekend, the March 20th and 21st. The day of balanced light and darkness all over the earth. The sun and the equator are aligned. Let's find our flex. Flex the ankles, flex the wrists. Feel a lot of energy in the back of the knees. Straighten the legs if you can. Inhale and point. Bring the legs into a nice, beautiful point, and the hands come all the way over and back and forth. We go with breath in and out. Let's wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, and bring the legs and arms down and push them up. Point, flex, come down, push it up. Point, flex. Let's keep this going with 10. Down and up, 9. Down and up, 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3, yes, 2 more. Lots of breathing, last time, and come on down. We're going to put the left foot on the ground and the right ankle on the left knee. Push that knee away and take a couple of deep breaths here. We're going to reach through the triangle with the right hand. The left hand comes around the outside of the leg. Bring the left leg straight into the air and interlock your fingers behind the left knee. So your legs are kind of shaped like the number 4. And we pull with the arms and release. Pull and release. Pull and release. Pull and release. Let's change legs. Reaching around behind the knee of the straight leg. Straighten the leg up into the air. And pull and release a few times. And then just bend that knee and put the foot on the floor. Push the knee away. Take a couple of breaths. Beautiful. Bend the knees and bring them into the chest. And let's wrap our arms around the knees. So we're going to give ourselves a hug. Bring the head off the floor. Turn yourself into the tiniest little ball you can. Squeeze it up and in. Squeeze it up and in even more. Tighten your buttocks. Slowly unwind and just find the most beautiful expression of Savasana. Spread yourself out on the floor. Find complete balance, complete relaxation, and complete awareness.
Power off.
Oh yes. Let's see if we don't need music today then. Sorry about that, guys. We're still in Savasana. Relax, heavy on the floor, and breathe in. Fill your low belly with a lot of air. And blow it out through your lips. Blow it out fast. Breathe in slowly through the nose. Fill the lower belly full of air. Then the belly and the chest and the throat. Bring it all in. Blow it out fast through your lips. Squeeze the belly in. One more time, breathe it in through the nose. Fill everything up and blow it out fast through the lips. Squeeze the belly in. Relax. Let your breathing return to normal. And I'm going to breathe in through the nose again, but this time breathe fast in through the nose and let it out through the lips slowly. So breathe in fast through the nose and fill everything up as fast as you can. And let it out through the lips slowly. Who wins the slowest exhalation? Once you're empty, breathe in through the nose fast again, filling everything up as fast as you can. And exhale slowly through the lips. One more time, breathe in fast through the nose. Exhale slowly through the lips. Beautiful. All right. Take a moment to take the arms overhead and stretch the body long. Point your toes, reach with your fingers overhead. Reach the body long, 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 long body stretch. And then bring the right fingertips longer than the left and the left fingertips longer than the right. Almost like you're reaching for picking fruit out of a tree, but you're really just stretching one side of the body at a time. Left side and then the right. All right, bring those hands in by the hips and bend the knees and put the heels close to the hips. Let's lift the hips off the ground in a nice, beautiful bridge. Squeeze the buttocks in, lift the hips higher. And as we come out of this, try to go one vertebrae at a time, from your neck down through the spine. One vertebrae on the floor at a time. As you exhale, bring the lowest part of the spine down. And when we open the knees out and put the soles of the feet together. Again, if you're not happy with your hips or your knees, you can push the heels away from your hips a little bit. And this is sometimes called the reclined cobbler. Cobblers usually hold the shoe between their feet, and then they hammer the heel on. So the diamond-shaped legs is notable as being the cobbler pose, but when you lay back, you're the reclined cobbler. Open, release, and slowly bring the knees back up. Put the feet on the floor next to the hips. Let's find our bridge again. Bring your hands alongside your hips and fingers point towards your heels. That gives you a good foundation from which to lift the hips up. If you want here, you can walk your shoulders together under your upper back and find your fingers under your tailbone. Interlock those fingers and maybe reestablish where your feet best are suited to be a strong base from which to push your hips up even higher. The chest rises up to meet the chin. Squeeze the buttocks up and in. Keep breathing. Strong feet on the floor. Push them down. Lift the hips higher. Breathe deep. Two more breaths. Come on, you can do it. All right, release your hands and reach your hands straight up above your shoulders, reaching the fingertips to the ceiling. Roll the back down, one vertebrae at a time, down until your hips are on the ground. Once your hips are on the ground, hands come up into cactus, means the elbows are bent, fingers point up. And the feet find the soles of the feet together again, toes aligned, heels aligned, and knees open outward, reclined cobbler. Just relax for a moment. Catch your breath. Let's let the head drift towards the left, as far as it wants to go. And then let your head drift towards the right, as far as it wants to go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Bringing those knees up, we're going to bring the head up to look at the ceiling, nose pointing up. And we're going to cross the left knee over the right. So once your knee is crossed, drop both knees to the right. And this is a version of a spinal twist, reclined spinal twist. You are free to adjust it however feels most wonderful to you right now. If you want to reach your right arm up and your left arm down and allow yourself to roll over farther onto your hip. Separate the knees a little bit. And if you feel like you would be best served, you can let your head drift towards the left. But if that does not serve you, if your neck doesn't like that, don't do it. Make it your reclined spinal twist and really relax. This is a moment for healing, so breathe deep. And see if you can't just sort of lose yourself for a moment, letting yourself breathe deep and relax every part of the body and mind. When you're ready, we'll roll onto our back and do another long body stretch, arms overhead, realign everything in the body, point your toes and reach, lengthening throughout the body and breathing in. Bring those knees up again, heels by the hips. Hands come to alongside the hips, fingers point towards the heels. Let's lift the hips up again into bridge. If you want, you can walk your hands together and clasp your hands under your tailbone. Push it up, squeeze the buttocks, breathe deep. Those of you that sit a lot, if you sit at the computer or if you drive a car a lot or find yourself sitting too much, this is therapy. Best you can get right here. Breathe deep. One more deep breath in. Exhale big. Reach the hands straight up from the shoulders. Roll the back down. One vertebrae at a time. Arms come up into cactus. Soles of the feet come together. Reclined cobbler. Release. Relax. And breathe deep. One more big breath in and out. Beautiful. Place those heels on the floor. Cross your right knee over your left. Both knees come to the left. And then we adjust our spinal twist to be as wonderful as it can possibly be for you. So listen with love. And say yes to whatever your body asks for right here. And just breathe and relax. Allow your mind to drift. Certainly don't worry about anything. Don't be thinking about anything that's like a to-do list or anything like that. Just let yourself drift. Picture of one of those beautiful bubbles that you blow when you're a child. You have those soap bubbles. You blow them and then you watch them float. That's where you should be right now, just floating free in a bubble of light, color, beautiful brightness, beautiful freedom. When you're ready, roll onto your back. Let's bring those knees up to the chest this time. Now, hands come to the knees. Squeeze it in a few times. And release. Squeeze in. And release. Squeeze in. And release. Keep your hands right on your knees and bring your head off the mat. Round your back and see if you can start to rock a little bit from tailbone to shoulders. Let's rock about 10 times, really bringing a lot of compressional energy through the spine. A little nice massage up and down. Breathe and rock and roll. We're going to see if we can balance at the top here. Balance on your hips, feet in the air. See if I can be a little bit better in the camera. So the lower part of your leg is more or less parallel to the floor. Hands can be on the knees or behind the knees, or you can bring your hands out to the side and just show that you are completely balanced. See if you can keep your knees and your ankles aligned so you're not letting your knees open out, but you're really holding the legs parallel to each other. And this is our boat pose. Let's see if we can do a little ab work this morning. Bring your right hand to your left toes and switch. So we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Keep going. That's 7 and 8. 2 more. 9 and 10. Come back to boat pose. Hold those legs. If you want to try the advanced, you can try and straighten your legs. It's pretty hard to hold. And then we come back to cross-legged, seated on your yoga mat. And take a moment to just feel the energy in the body. How has it changed since, I guess, 30 or 40 minutes that we've been doing our yoga together? Let your hands rest palm up on your knees if that suits you, and you can put your finger and your thumb together. Just barely touch them and feel that sensation traveling from the tips of your fingers and thumb to the wrist, elbow, shoulder, and into your heart. As you breathe deep, close the eyes and lift the top of the head up with an inhalation. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's take a moment to consider what is the equinox. Now, some of you may know that I am not only a yoga instructor, but I'm also a science teacher. So, of course, I have my handy globe to help us understand. So here's the equator in the middle. Can you see it? Yes. In the middle of the earth, here's the equator. And, of course, the earth is rotating around on its axis. So that is one of the Earth's motions. And let's see if we can find St. Martin. Just right around here. And wherever you are on the globe, it's equinox for you too, which means it's the balancing of day and night, darkness and light. So the sun is shining directly on the equator at this time. Now, because the earth is tilted 23 degrees, or 23, I think it's 23 and a half degrees, that allows, as the, say my head is the sun, here's the earth. In the wintertime, you will see the north part of the planet is tilted away from me, and the southern part of the planet is tilted towards me. So even as the earth spins, in the wintertime, the southern part of the planet gets most of, I'm the sun, remember, so I'm shining, and it gets most of the sunlight, and the northern part's turned away. And then in the summer, this earth would be over here, and if I'm the sun, I'm shining mostly on the northern part of the planet, and that's because of this tilt. But here we are at the equinox, and the sun is right there. It's the same day and night, no matter what. So this is the Earth's second motion, revolution around the sun. What's the third motion, I hear you asking? And that is precession of the axis. And that's like 26,000 years or something. That's a long, long time that it takes for the axis of the Earth to precess. Kind of like a wobbling top. If you've ever watched a top spin, the thing starts to wobble a little bit like that. Thankfully, our Earth is in balance and steady, and it doesn't go off its axis. Thankfully, we are on a nice, stable planet, and it gives us stability. So right now, what we want to do is bring the earth energy up into the body. You can imagine it rising up through your root chakra, Muladhara. And as you bring that energy up, tighten up the hips, bring up the rectum and the sex organs and the belly button up and in, and bring that energy up into the body. And inhale, bring your air energy in, and here it mixes like electricity. And as we said before, the sea of chi in your lower sacral chakra. So you have your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye, and your crown. Each of these in alignment, bring that energy up. And tighten up in here. Bring it up and in. From here, we breathe deep. Allow your shoulders to sink away from your ears, lengthen through the spine, lift the top of the head. Touching the fingertips and the thumb. Send your mind into the energy of the earth and the energy of the heavens. And the nexus of those two energies right at your heart chakra. The energy of your fingertip and thumb touching, traveling up your arm. Also, nexus right at your heart chakra, the center of your universe, your connection with God, your connection with love. So I wanted to read a little bit today from the Yoga Tantra Upanishad. These are ancient writings, originally in Sanskrit, and like most, or perhaps some, ancient writings, they're just so deeply wise that it humbles us in the modern era to know how profound people could be in the early times, and I think we've lost something there. So I'm just going to read from the Yoga Tantra Upanishad, translated. So it says, suffering is due to ignorance. Spiritual knowledge frees you from suffering. And that knowledge is to discover the true divine nature of your own consciousness. Without yogic practice, how can spiritual knowledge free you from suffering? Without spiritual knowledge, how can yogic practices free you from suffering? Both are required for liberation. So that's pretty deep. Gives us something to think about. I can post those words on the page if you want to kind of think about them a little bit more, because there's a lot there. And let's spend a bit of time thinking about each of those chakras that I already spoke to you of, starting with the root chakra, bringing the earth up. Remember, we're tightening in the lower part of the chakra, bring that energy up. So we rise and tighten, as well as bring the belly button in. Everything here bringing up and in. And this is the mantra for your root chakra is, I am here now. I am here now. I am here. I am now. I am here. I am now. And we come to the next chakra, and the chakras are just centers of awareness in the body, places where you have knowledge, understanding, intelligence, awareness, centers of this kind of energy, this kind of knowingness. And this is the Sea of Chi, which I mentioned before, and it is all about how you feel, your gut feeling, flying by the seat of your pants, your instinct. So this is how you feel. So your mantra for this chakra is I feel. I feel. Your gut feeling. Great intelligence in the gut. We're only just now starting to understand how the brain relies on the gut for a lot of what it knows. And when your gut is off, things just aren't right in the body. bring our awareness up to the next chakra, which is your solar plexus, right at your diaphragm. This is your determination, your sense of purpose, and your mantra for this bit of breath is I will. And you can fill in the rest of that sentence as you like. I will. I will. I will. Coming to the heart. I love. I love. I love. I love. The most powerful gift we have is our ability to love, and yet we use it so rarely. Don't deny your power. And speaking of power, we go to the next chakra, the throat. I speak. I speak. I speak. What do I say? Choose your words wisely. Use your voice in alignment with your true purpose, your true nature. I speak. And we rise higher, coming to the third eye, Anja, the chakra of your mind, your sense of yourself, for those who live with only the ego. Through yoga, through meditation, we learn the mind and the heart and all of the chakras are equally important. The mind is not in control. It's just one of the many ways that we see ourselves. And our mantra for the third eye is I see. I see. You can also think I hear, because your ears and your sight, your hearing and your sight, are our main windows into the world around us. And they are both in this chakra level of the third eye. Your awareness through your main senses, seeing and hearing. I see and I hear. And then when we get to our crown chakra, this is the door to the universe where blessings flow in. We get enlightenment, we get understanding, we get our blessings. Your mantra for this chakra is I know. I know. I know. Here's the big challenge: to bring all of these 7 chakras into alignment with your breath and your awareness, in unity, in oneness. And in fact, the word yoga means unity, or to be yoked together in service. As we get through this next week, we pass through the equinox, moving to a time when the northern hemisphere will receive more light from the sun and have less darkness. It's a time of transition, a time to embrace all that is possible. So thank you so much for sharing this awareness of the equinox through our chakras. And if you want to know more about that, I will post some information on my page after the session today. There's also a really nice equinox celebration live on the internet Saturday, and so I'll post the link to that too. That is from a guru in California called Jai Dev Singh, and he's been doing a lot of live sessions with people from all over the planet, and I would love it if any of you want to join in with that. I'll probably be able to join in with it as well, and it's just quite a nice experience to be together with people who are all aligned with their energies and their meditation at the same time. And this one is specifically to honor the equinox during the equinox. So today's a little bit ahead of schedule, but I kind of wanted to introduce it as it's coming. And so that's Saturday, if you want to do that. And if you want to come, if you're on St. Martin and you want to come to my live yoga class at Joga in Simpson Bay, that's Saturday morning at 7:30, and we'll also be honoring the equinox then. So having done all of that, I see my time is almost up, but let's go ahead and rise up onto our knees and take a moment to put the knees under the hips. If this is not good for your knees, you can always put a pillow under your knees or a little extra, double up your yoga mat and put extra padding under your knees. We're going to stretch out one leg. So this right leg for me is going to go out to the side, and I'm going to stretch my hand along, reaching for the knee or past the knee towards the ankle, other hand up and over. And coming back, find balance. Bring this hand to the floor and see if you can just hover this leg up a little bit. And let's come back, breathe and reach over. Come down and lift the leg up. One more time. And come down. Reaching the one hand up into the air, bring the leg up. Come back onto your knees and sit for a moment, take a breath. Come up onto the knees. Other leg stretches out. Arms out to the side. Take that one hand and stretch it along the leg, reaching for the knee or past the knee towards the ankle. And reach the other hand up into the air. Reach up, breathe in. Exhale, bring the hands to level. And then over we go. Bring the hand to the floor and lift the leg up. Let's go back and forth a few times with our breath, breathing in. Finding balance. And then back onto our knees and hands to prayer pose. So let's come down to pose of a child. And the hands can come back by the feet, palms up. Bring your forehead in front of your knees. Release through the back. Thank you so much for joining me for yoga today. I'm very, very pleased to have you with me throughout this entire year of isolation and not being able to come together like we used to. But so many of you are still with me, and I'm so grateful for that. I am happy that I'm able to help you, but I'm also happy that you are able to help me. This has been the only way I've been able to get through this year, with joy and with happiness and with keeping my health intact. So thank you for that, and celebrate the earth this weekend. Namaste.